Oh, there's still 13 people on here. Oh, I'm sorry, Sheldon. There's still a few people on. 14. Well, guys, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
We had a little technical difficulties here. We are actually right here at Blue Van Dan's house. So the internet here is a little shaky sometimes, but we're up on the hill here and we've got pretty decent internet with Verizon, thanks to someone. Appreciate the Verizon. But we just thought we'd come on live and kind of hang out with you guys tonight. So, hi Paula. Hi Backwoods Rambler. Hi Craig. Doreen. Wow. There's a few other people. 18. Big Tom's Van.
How's it going?
So, but yeah, we're hanging out here at Blue Van Dan's. Oh, look who showed up. Blue Van Dan. How's it going, buddy? Hey, Mike and Steph. Hey, Lee and Cindy. How's it going? How's it going, Steven? Kay? Well, we're right here at Blue Van Dan's. We've been here for a few days now, about a week actually. We've been doing all kinds of stuff since from where you guys have actually know where we're at. We're in the videos. We're actually still in Woodland, California, and we're actually going to be leaving Woodland in the next video and heading up into Sacramento, California, and we're gonna hang out there for a day or two and show you guys Sacramento, or at least the old part of Sacramento, California. It's kind of interesting how the river there would flood and they kind of built the stone up one level, and that's kind of interesting. They still have a lot of old buildings and a lot of stuff like that there, so we were able to explore that, and we actually went up into the Tahoe National Forest and hung out there for a little bit. But now we've kind of jetted over here to Blue Van Dan's. We replaced our front brakes while we were here, and we also, unfortunately, our refrigerator and one of our friends bought us a new, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But so that's kind of catching you guys up. We did the brakes, and luckily Dan and Ross had a few of the items that I needed, some jacks and stuff like that, so it worked out. We were able to do the brakes with no problems.
I'm going to say hello to Bob and Carolyn. They said hi.
Absolutely. Hi, Judy. Hi from Michigan. What did I do? Live. Okay. Paula. You've been traveling a bit. Yeah, we have. Once we left San Francisco, we went and saw Michael, and then we headed to Sacramento, and then we headed up into the Tahoe National Forest and spent a couple of days up there.
Yeah,
it was getting so hot.
Way too hot in Sacramento. And it's kind of the same thing that's happening here. Like next week it's going to be in the hundreds, so we'll probably be moving on before the 100-degree weather hits.
Yeah, but you know, we've really enjoyed being here at Blue Van Dan's.
Yeah, we've got a lot done. We did a lot of spring cleaning, got some mail, so I got the brakes done. Right. So it was awesome, and did a lot of relaxing and hanging out with the guys. So
yeah,
a lot of fun.
So if you don't know, Ross from Rossi Poo is here, and
also,
and Blue Van Dan, that's where we're staying right now. That's whose property we're on. And Sheldon's been able to hang out in the pond.
Yeah, he loves it. We got some underwater footage coming soon for you guys to see Sheldon swimming and eating dragonflies and tadpoles out of Dan's pond, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was actually eating all kinds of stuff out of the pond. Hi from Portland. Hi, Nias. Aspie. Rosh, Michigan. Linda. Robert.
Hello, hello. Well,
Are
hey,
you going to be
Steven,
heading
how's it going?
Thanks
Thank
you,
you so
Steven.
much.
We can always appreciate that. A little gas money goes a long way.
Yes, it does. Tickets to descend on Bend, so we are kind of pushing north to Oregon for cooler weather, and because we do have a destination there coming up, so we're probably not going to do so much backtracking. We did want to go to the Sequoia National Forest
And
Park.
Yosemite, that was on my list. It's still on my list of
But
places
like
to
when
go.
we were near that area, it was too cold up there, so we kind of drove on past, and now it's kind of right for the area, but we're kind of all the way up here.
Yeah, we're kind of a little far north now to hit it. We'd have to backtrack 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. I just don't have the gas money to do that. Lee said it's buffering. Alright, let's see. I don't think I can do anything about it. Verizon says we have 3 bars. Is that better? Worse? Brian's World Mechanic.
How's it going?
Oh, they say it keeps buffering. Oh, goodness. Well, Ross, is it buffering on your end here? Or is it just us? Buffalo, New York. Wow. Richmond, Virginia. Ricky, how's it going?
All right, we got some East Coast.
Yeah.
Guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Stop.
It is scorching hot in the West Coast right now.
Pretty much. Step outside and buffering okay at the moment. All right, doing better now. All right, I'm going to leave that. Like I said, the only thing that works here at Blue Van Dan's is Verizon, and AT&T is really. I know Ross, he puts his phone on a tripod, YouTube and Netflix and stuff, but we have our jetpack, and I'm able to put it up in the front and be able to use it.
Colorado Springs here. Are you going to the Travelers Camp Fest?
Yeah. If you don't know, that's coming up in a couple weeks.
It's in that area. It's free to go. Lots of people are doing the same thing.
Cool. Tent camping. All right. Ross says it's fine so far on his end.
Oh.
Hey, Renee.
Scooter's Adventure.
How's it going?
Texas here. How is it in Texas? I bet it's hot.
What did Dan say?
Working good now.
Alright, good.
What
That's
okay,
what.
Cool.
Yeah, there's actually, it's called the Travelers Camp Fest. It's in Buena Vista. It's outside of Buena Vista at Clear Creek Reservoir.
Went like Pandemonium and Full Tiny House, and Destination Open Road was going to be there.
Kevin and us.
But now it's not looking so much that way this year. It doesn't seem like there's going to be big YouTubers there. There might be a couple of small YouTubers there that you may watch, but it is free. You can go there. Last year we probably had 50 people there. It was a lot of fun. This year there'll probably be about 30 to 50 people there, I'm assuming. So it'll
but it's
be
a nice
turnout.
place.
Yeah.
Check it out if you didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Tabby cat. Let's go back here a little bit.
I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said you were near Colorado Springs.
But
it might be like 2 hours from there. Now that I think about it.
Something like that, but it's not too bad. I wanted to say, now that we have a few people on, we actually were able to get a new refrigerator. I haven't put on the channel yet, and I didn't really say too much about anything.
Scooter says the Travelers Camp Fest is not free this year.
Oh, okay.
For money.
All right. So, well, maybe it isn't free this year.
But maybe you could still want to check it out. medium won't be too expensive for you.
So we have one of our friends saying that it's cost may be asking for some type
Yes.
of donation while you're there.
We appreciate you guys staying on top
Up
of
on
all
top
that.
of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about our refrigerator. We had our refrigerator, the Alpine Cool one, for about 13 months, and it worked pretty good. And then for the last couple of weeks, it just kind of shot up to about 80 degrees in there.
Yeah.
It was toast. So we've been kind of without a last couple of weeks. And I did get the brake done. On the dash, the little light came on that said brake, and I kind of stopped to get an oil change. And when I got the oil changed, I asked the guy, I said, what does that mean? And he goes, well, you probably need brakes. So he checked it out, said I needed brake pads. So in the front and the backs were fine, but the front needed some pads. So they quoted me a couple $100 to replace the front brake pads on the van, and I said, no worries, I'm good. So when we got to Blue Van Dan's here, I called up AutoZone over here in Red Bluff and was able to get some AutoZone Gold brake pads, Duralast, yeah, for like $42 with tax and everything. So this van doesn't come with a jack or a spare tire or a tire iron, so you have to buy those things. Well, when Dan said we could come hang out, we decided that we would we asked if we could do the brakes here, if he had some jacks and stuff, and Ross actually had a jack, and I had all the rest of the tools except for a little star bit that Ross had for me, and Dan had some jack stands to make sure the van didn't fall over. And 2 days ago I was able to actually replace the brake pads on the van with no problem right here. Pretty easy.
You see Sheldon climbing up
You
Mike's
do see,
arm?
yeah.
That's
He's
so
just
funny. A minute ago, you couldn't see him climbing on Mike's leg and stuff, but
he climbed all the way up.
Yeah, all the way up his arm to the top of the bed. That's so funny.
He likes his dad and his mom, I tell you what. So we were able to get that done, but one of our viewers and friends, I told her that I was doing the brakes and that our refrigerator went out, and I said, it's more important to get the brakes done than to have a refrigerator. So I was going to spend my money on getting the brakes done, and that's what I did. But she was nice enough to go on Amazon and ship a brand new freezer from a different company. It's called AccuPower, and it looks about the same, but it seems to have a different computer system board on it, and we're gonna give it a try. I've had it plugged in for a day now, and it's been sitting at -1 to -2 Fahrenheit, and pretty much keeping everything in there frozen. So
That looks good.
Crossing our fingers. This almost $300. The other one we had was like $200. So this one is a little bit more expensive. It almost looks identical except for the little control module and stuff is a little different, and the settings are a little bit easier to use. But besides that, and we decided to leave it out and put it by the toilet. And so that kind of means, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a tour of the van. So
we do need a much needed
we need to do that,
tour.
and
We've been saying that for a minute now.
yeah, we might need to do that before we leave here. Just kind of do a tour
would be
here.
A really good place
it
to
would
do
be a
tour.
good place.
We're
So
sitting on a hill. We got all the sunlight.
we do. We actually have goat sheep right beside us here at Dan's,
Yeah.
grazing in the field next to us. Where are you going, buddy? You
Sheldon's
crazy
so
turtle. Guess you guys can see him hanging out behind me right here. We do have the van running. It is a little warm in the sun here, But if you go hang out on the porch down at Dan's, you don't get any internet down there, but you can surely just hang out on the porch
But they are
and
watching
relax.
our live stream.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I get a little bit of internet down there, but I don't think I can go live from down there. So, what are you doing, Sheldon? You say hi to everybody? Let me see. We haven't looked at the comments in a minute. Team baby. Good, you guys. Yep. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate it. It was a team effort to get the tools, but it went real well. I was able to knock it out in about 2 hours. Steph recording me and me doing it. So, friends, you may want to visit Yosemite later in the year. That's kind of what I was thinking. We're gonna head up to Oregon and Seattle and head back up into that area for the summer and enjoy being up in that area, and then we can head back down to this part of the country when it starts to get a little cooler up there, and maybe we can hit the Sequoia National Park and Yosemite later in the year. So I do agree with that, since we've kind of cute top stuff. It's actually a little dress.
Yeah, thanks. Nice and warm out. See, Paula's been doing some work on her van. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Exhausted.
It does. Today we actually, 2 days ago, we did the brakes. Yesterday we took the old freezer out, moved a piece of wood, moved the table, and got the other freezer installed and rewired, because I had to run a longer cord, so I had to go and hook up it to the fuse panel and all that stuff. So I did that yesterday, and then today we got up and decided we were going to go live this afternoon, and then we actually cleaned our Max Air fan up top, and
that was much needed to do to clean the fan.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you'll be in Utah. I'm trying to get the tribe to visit Best Friends Animal Shelter just north of. Come check out their website. I think you love it. It's a good rambler, loves cats. Well, if we get to Utah, we've been to Utah before, but we do plan to go to Utah. But we're just kind of thinking Oregon and Washington this year, because we did spend a lot of time in Utah and Colorado last year and Arizona. So this year we've kind of spent more time in California, and we're going to be moving our way to Oregon and then on our way to Washington. And we might head over east. I'm not sure. We haven't decided what we're doing. I know on our last live stream we were kind of bouncing the idea of, we still are, of maybe spending Christmas in Florida this year. So
yeah, because it's really the only time you can go to Florida, because other than that it gets really hot in Florida.
Way too hot. And this year it was pretty chilly and exceptionally cool in Arizona this year. So maybe we enjoy Florida in the winter time. It's just
it's really
Florida in
bad
this.
weather.
No, it's really not bad weather in the winter. And we know a lot of places to boondock and have a lot of resources in Florida. And we visited a lot of places when we first started the van life. When we were going to college, we'd jet off for a few days and head to these nice places, and we videoed them, but a lot of people haven't really seen them, and my video skills weren't that great back then. So not that they're any good now, but at least the camera looks a little bit better and it doesn't shake as much. So it'd be nice to go back to some of those places that we've been to.
No, we kind of just jetted right
We just kind of spent a couple of days there and actually go there and enjoy it and be able to enjoy the time there. So
I definitely agree with that.
So I mean, that makes a difference. Now we always had to head back to the Tampa area to go to college. So we would go like 3 or 4 hours away from Tampa, which you could get a good little ways away, but at the same time, you always had to get back to Tampa in a few days. So Paula's thinking about getting to Florida for Christmas too.
Awesome.
Wish I knew your channel back then. I have to jump back. Yeah, we actually went through Utah and we did Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon, and we just spent a month in Zion last year. For everybody that doesn't know, we're actually hanging out here with Ross and Dan from Blue Van Dan. We're actually here on his property. We've been here about a week hanging out, and we've got a few things done while we were here, and we're still just relaxing. We're getting caught up on our vehicle maintenance and on our videos too. So I've been trying to put out a video every day, trying to get that YouTube income to come up a little bit. So
yeah, so it's definitely been beneficial for us staying here.
Absolutely. And just to be able to hang out with friends has been nice too.
Yeah.
Be able to hang out with Ross and just enjoy having.
Seen Ross in Slab City.
No.
I don't remember the last time we seen Dan.
I think we saw Dan last at the van build.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we saw him at the RTR or not, because he didn't camp there, but maybe we did when Carolyn came. I don't remember. But basically we haven't seen them in a couple of months, so it's just been nice to have a nice communal meal in the evening and hang out on the porch by the pond and just relax and enjoy a little time, just to be able to be out of the van and not worry about where we are, or having to move or find a place, and that means a lot. It really, really, really does. So, all right. Anybody else? Remind everyone to watch your list. We do have a playlist, and we have, I think there's like 450 videos on that playlist of our 500 and some odd videos we have. I think there's 500 plus videos up there. So if you go back a couple of years, you'll see some of the videos of us. Hope to see you at the next RTR, but understand if you'll be wanting to change things up. Well, that kind of depends on if the RTR is in California or if it's in Arizona, because, and truthfully, it'll depend on how the channel's doing. I'll kind of put that in your all's hands, the viewer, because if the channel's doing good and we're doing as good or better than we're doing now, I don't see why we wouldn't maybe jet back over to the RTR. But that's a lot of money and a lot of gas, but it is good for the channel, and a lot of our decisions are about the channel. So if you don't know, we do a lot of things for the channel that we might necessarily not do if we didn't have a YouTube channel. Does that make sense? I know that's kind of weird to say, but we might go to a place or go ahead and spend a little bit extra time there, or spend the night and then get up in the morning so that I could film the place, instead of just leaving in the middle of the night when there's no traffic, because really filming at night isn't that great for the viewer. So a lot of times we travel during the day and I edit at night, where you might, as a traveler, a lot of people know it's a lot easier to hop on, get from one place to another in the middle of the night. You just hop on the interstate and go. So a lot of times we will do things for the channel that we necessarily wouldn't do if we didn't have the channel. But we are kind of thinking we would like to head back to Florida for Christmas. But if the RTR is not until the 5th or so, we would have enough time to get back here if the support was there for us to be back there, on this side of the coast. It's kind of up to you guys, really, in my opinion. What do you want to see? What do you want us to do,
It is a big event.
It is a big event.
Lots of people there.
I think they are considering having the RTR next year in the Anza Borrego Springs area. I could be wrong. You might want to head over to Bob Wells' channel and just check out more. But we've been on the West Coast now. It'll be 2 years. So why not? And start heading back and see some new things. There's Kentucky and Tennessee and a lot of other areas, that you can see. And like someone just mentioned, there's a lot of people that cover the RTR, and maybe you might enjoy seeing something different than the RTR this year. So
That is true.
I don't know. And who knows if a lot of the bigger YouTubers will even be going this year. We don't know. We're all nomads, right? We all just kind of play it by ear. It's kind of hard to plan what we're going to be doing in January of next year when we don't really know when we're leaving Dan's house right here. So that is true.
I mean, that's talking about heading all the way across to the other coast.
That's right, and and we've been doing pretty good on this coast, guys. It's been really nice to be able to meet up with subscribers and fellow YouTuber friends, to be able to hang out at their places and relax. I don't know if we would have this much options on the East Coast to do these things.
Right.
Maybe you guys could convince me differently, I guess. Everyone here might be able to convince me differently. I know Ross is heading back east eventually, and a few other people, but I don't know if that means everyone's going to be heading back. Looking great here in Kentucky. See beautiful landscape and interacting places in the RTR. Love the pictures you have been sharing in the videos. See, that's the thing. It's like we try to do a little bit of everything for everybody. I have to come back to Clearwater. Yeah, I know. If we came back to Clearwater, we'd have all kinds of places to stay, wouldn't we, Stephen? Now, we know that part of town. Would you go to another RTR? The way you can hang with us between Santa Cruz. You've been doing some good. See, I like the travel videos. That to me is where I enjoy making the videos, because we enjoy finding these places. Not so much about the repairs of my RV, or I've already built this van, and I'd rather show you content of me going places and seeing new things than me rebuilding a new van or tearing this van apart and rebuilding it. I don't mind, doing a little bit of, we did a video of the brakes and this and that, but I know I've had a few people ask, you should just get a new van and rebuild it, and that would be new content, and you would have new, viewers and this and that. But I can't afford that. So that's great that might be, but we love our little van. We bought a new van so we wouldn't have problems with it, and so that we could travel for the next 10 years without any issues on the van, major issues on the van, because it was a brand new van and it would last about 10 years. So getting a new van would just be a lot more problems, I think, and starting all over and doing this all over again. And to me, that's not what's fun about being a YouTuber. Isn't so much once you build out your rig, use it, enjoy it, go explore with it, and not just keep building out new vehicles over and over and over again. I don't know. That to me, I enjoy our van. So to the few viewers that were asking that question, that's just kind of why we haven't bought a new van. And yeah, it might help our content and this and that, but I think I enjoy our content, just traveling around and doing things and showing everyone our lives and what we do every day. So all right, something works. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know, is it working? Because we get about 1,000 views a video. I wish it was 10,000 views a video. So do I need to do that to get 10,000 views a video? I don't know. So who knows, guys? I don't know these days. I agree. We don't need a bigger van. A bigger van just makes it harder to get into places and stuff. Keep showing the quirky stuff. You show us stuff in our own town we never saw before. And that is what I like to do. And those are fun videos for us.
Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's what I enjoy going to do every day, and that's what I enjoy filming, and I also enjoy editing it. So
yeah.
And I don't have the money to pay to have people install new van, build out a new van for me. So I'd have to do it all myself. And I just don't have the money for that, guys. So maybe one day, maybe one day our YouTube channel will take off and we'll be making, 10 times the money we're making now, and we'll be able to afford a bigger van and stuff like that.
Hydration is key. Yes,
I agree. But it's easier to cool a small space than it is a big space. We actually started the van up and got the AC running here, so we're nice. It's not, what is it in here? I wouldn't say it's cold in here by any means.
It says it's 90 degrees in here.
90 degrees with the AC running, so and all the tech stuff you wanted. I think you guys are good people and worth it. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
I agree. I mean, I feel like our van's kind of techy, That's true, Ross. You can't get into those spots that I can get into. You can't camp in the city where I can camp into. We talked about that the other night on the patio, about how having a bigger van, he has a van and a pull-behind trailer, and he can't park in the city for very long, or just pull in a parking lot and park, because people will notice you, Where us in this tiny little van, people don't even know that we're in here. Right. People don't think that anybody lives in this little tiny van. Yeah. They think people live in the big ones, but they don't think people live in these little ones, and they're like, no way, nobody lives in that thing. No way anybody could be in there.
And
so,
like we had someone said, just be happy with what you have. Exactly. Like if something works, why financial extras going to places in advance?
Right, because if I was spending all my money on a new rig, we definitely wouldn't be able to go and travel, that's for sure, And
it's really hard to travel when you're building out your rig. Building out a rig kind of enables you to stay stationary.
It does enable you to stay stationary, so yeah, like try to camp in a city with a big Class A, but I mean, it can be done. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done, because I mean, even Eric's like, look at me, I did it. It can be done. I know it can be done. If you have the skill level, it can be done. I'm not saying that, but having a small van really, really makes it easy for us to find this place anywhere we want to be. So
we love it.
Yeah.
Gets us a lot of places.
Oh wow, Tracy Wells. Thank you so much. Glad to see you're here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see you come on.
I was hoping you got I did send out notifications on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube. So I was hoping everyone was able to make it and see us today on live stream. Because
right. If you have other plans, that's kind of hard
know,
to go
right?
around. Yeah, so that kind of stinks. We did try to give you guys like a 3-hour heads up, so I think it worked.
I think it worked. I mean, we've got
we got
50 people almost on here.
here.
Yeah. So, yes, Tracy Wells is definitely. We have a few contributors: Tracy, Ken, Renee, Craig. We have Luhu and Scooter's Adventures is so, but we have some really amazing people on here, and you guys surprise me at every turn. So thank you very much for everything you do.
The best thing I think about this YouTube channel is definitely our audience, because you guys definitely have inspiring things to say, and it's always interesting talking to people who are interested in the same thing you are, so traveling and living in a tiny space and just getting to know us. That is truly amazing, and we are happy to know you guys and get to know you and make videos for you.
So hopefully, I know a lot of people like these little talking head videos more than they do the event, because you get to know us a little bit better.
Well, this one's it's really nice on live stream because you can't comment and interact.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree.
And we'll talk right back.
Let's make sure.
As long as we catch it. And if you notice that we kind of are talking about other comments and we kind of skipped your comment, go ahead and write your comment again. I mean,
yeah, don't feel like it's. Sometimes I miss things, guys.
Right, it is kind of on a scroll screen, so once it goes past the screen.
So please don't feel like if I missed your comment,
just
please
go ahead and
type it again, because we'll see it. I love to answer your questions. So, wow, guys, shout out. Wish I could. Well, there are people that do more for us, as far as, there are some people that do help us financially, and there's people that help us just by doing certain things to help the channel. And you're one of them, watching our videos. And like I said,
we appreciate each and every one of you. And we don't want anybody overexerting themselves, especially for us.
No.
So, do anything extra. We don't want to, make you have to feel like you have
obligated. Right.
We don't want to do anything that. We don't want to put anybody
We do these live streams about twice a month so that we can come on and be a little bit more personable and in-depth with you guys. And that's the reason we like doing these live streams, is to kind of come on a couple times a month, just so that you as the viewer can get to know us even a little bit better. But what's even more for us is we get to know you a little bit better, because we can talk back and forth a little bit. So that's really, really nice, in my opinion. That's one of the reasons we like doing these live streams. So.
And it is nice to come on here and see everybody from different places come on. Like, we have people from the East Coast on here, and we have people from Utah and Kentucky and just all over the United States. And sometimes we even get a couple of people from overseas in Europe and the UK.
Australia.
Yeah.
So
it's just amazing.
Well, Lee and Cindy, thank you so much for your donation on PayPal. I greatly appreciate that a lot. You guys have done a lot for us, from giving us that gift card for $100 to the hotel, to letting us stay at your place, taking us out to dinner and everything. I greatly appreciate everything you've done for us, too.
We had a lot of fun in Riverside.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fun in Riverside. I enjoyed Riverside. And I don't think we actually in the beginning didn't have a good experience, and we skipped Riverside altogether. And the fact that you got us to come back there, I'm so glad, because we had a great time there and got to look in the area and actually enjoy being there. So, yeah.
Want to say something?
Yeah. I'm broken, disabled. I know. But actually, just watching.
Watch it and comment. Exactly.
That's it.
You're doing everything you can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Silver Surfer. But I want to buy you an ice cream or a beer. That's okay. Good deal. We'll go out for ice cream. That's something we like to do. So we'll find us a Salt and Straw or something like that in one of these cities and make a nice video with some ice cream.
Right.
So
you might even have a local spot. You might even have a homemade recipe.
you never know, right? So thank you so much for that. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. We love hanging out with you guys and getting to talk to you.
In fact, I don't know if this person's on here. I don't want to say their name, but someone did contact us. We are just north of Sacramento, California, and at Blue Dan Van's place, and it's between Sacramento and Redding, California. So we did have a subscriber get a hold of us on Facebook and wanted to meet up with us on Monday, and I did reply to you, so and I haven't heard back. So if you do see this, please give us another, on one of the social medias, Van Life Sheldon's Travels, or is that your contact email? vanlifesheldonstravels@gmail.com is our email address that you can contact us at, or through Instagram we have the Messenger. Or through Facebook we have Messenger there. You can contact us, or through Patreon. If you're one of our Patreons, we really try to get back to our Patreons as quickly as possible, and they get to see a lot more pictures, and Stephanie writes blogs, and just a lot of the pictures from the videos that you don't get to really see in the video. You get to all those little extra things of our day that didn't make the video, or was good but the video was just too long and I just couldn't use it, or just the good pictures of the video that you just might have missed, and a little story behind it. That's what Stephanie does on the Patreon. For as little as a can of soda, $1 a month, you get to be able to see a little bit of behind the scenes action, and I'm actually kind of starting to get it to the point where it's almost current. So for security reasons, I am not fully current, but I am current right now. We are at Blue Van Dan's house. That is where we're at. So but I try to stay a little ahead on our videos. Not so much partially for security reasons, but other reasons is just to be able to, if there's a rainy day or I get sick or whatever, I could space out the videos a little bit and make it so those videos would last just a little bit, and keep you some content while we're traveling or whatever. But my goal is to almost make a video every day, and it just gets harder and harder and harder. But I'm like today, this is the video for today going live, and then tonight I'll build another video, and that'll be tomorrow's video of us leaving Michael's and going to Sacramento, California, and us hitting up the Wells Fargo Museum and exploring the town and the old part of Sacramento.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They had a lot of information there, and Sacramento was actually the first place where you're walking down Main Street and the Penny has like its own booth. So I thought that was pretty cool.
And all the places we've been, right?
Yeah,
like that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
And I'm glad you appreciate the pictures. Steph does a lot of hard work going through all of my hours of video and she goes through the raw footage of it and just screenshots from my raw footage of
Some are my personal pictures.
some of her,
yeah,
some are her personal pictures, but some are from my raw footage. She screenshots, and that takes a lot of time, and to do that. But then some are just your exclusive pictures that you did on your phone.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, Steph did get a new phone. I haven't put out a video about it, but Steph did get a new phone. We did use the Patreon money, part of it from last month, to buy Stephanie a new phone because hers was smashed at the RTR when we went up with Aja and everyone and Chuck to go four-wheeling. She dropped it and it shattered. So we've been looking for that phone, and we finally were able to get one on Amazon. It has a 13 megapixel camera, which is really nice. So, and a nice case to go with it, as you saw in the last video, with flowers on the back. So she's got a nice new phone with a nice new camera, and the pictures are really, really turning out nice. So
yeah. Camera, that's why we got it, is because of the camera.
I'd love some Ben and Jerry's right now. Some Salt and Straw sounds pretty good too. One of those gooey messes they've got brownie things for like $8.
Mike and a lot of other people like Salt and Straw. I'm kind of like more the
Ben
like
and Jerry,
more of a like a local spot where you could get like an orange cream or some kind of like
a homemade place.
Yeah, like kind of homemade ice cream where it's not like your simple ice cream and chocolate, but it's not nothing crazy like Salt and Straw got all the candy and caramel.
That is true.
I just feel like it's a little much.
A little much. So, but
I mean, last time I
caramel
had
brownies. Yeah, Ross made some brownies the other night, and they were pretty good. I enjoyed that.
You guys didn't know Ross is a chef.
He's been cooking up. We actually had ribs tonight, guys, right here. And you've never heard of Salt and Straw? We actually did a video of Salt and Straw in Savannah, Georgia? Seattle. We've done a couple, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
Savannah was...
Leonardo. Oh, Leonard's. I always think that's your style. That is your style.
Good place for some ice cream. You want some peach ice cream or some orange ice cream
Savannah,
or anything creamsicle, anything that ends with creamsicle on the ends. Leonardo's in Savannah, Georgia. That ice cream is worth a vacation.
That place is over 100 years old, and if you haven't seen that video, go back to like Savannah. Just put in Savannah, Georgia.
Yes, it's a really nostalgic
Van Life
place.
Sheldon's Travels. It'll come up.
It is always packed. It is the line is always down the street, but they try to move you fast. You could there's dining like on the bar, like you have an old school bar,
That's
and
where
then
we got to sit. Yeah.
Well, we got to sit by a dining room in front of the big glass window.
Oh, in the bay window.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Sheldon's keeps falling over in Crazy Turtle. Being Crazy Turtle tonight.
I wonder if we could get him in the grass live.
He has been going crazy here at Dan's house. He has enjoyed being in the water. He's been in the pond.
Turtle. He made a bunch of fish friends.
He did make some. Oops. See what I mean? He makes all kinds of fish friends.
We thought the fish would be scared of Sheldon, and they kind of like pick on Sheldon because they'll just swim under him and things like that. And it was pretty funny because he had one that was swimming all around him, and Sheldon kind of got annoyed and ended up just hitting the fish in the face. So
yeah,
Sheldon can get a little aggressive.
But he'll let me pet him. He used to do this thing where he would bat you with his fingers, but he's pretty sociable.
Yeah.
He has really enjoyed being in the pond and swimming you swim half the day, and then the other half of the day you're playing in your little playpen in the shade, sleeping
in his pen.
So he's been enjoying himself
Yeah.
at Dan's house and swimming and hanging out in the pond and everything. Aren't having you? Says, I didn't get to go in the pond today. I got to play outside, but I didn't get to go in the pond. And next to us, we actually have some sheep goats that are grazing in the field up here. So
Sheldon is 3 years old.
And Ross says he's gonna come on up, so we'll let him come on up and hang out.
Opening the
Sliding door.
Like, oh.
I'll put Sheldon down.
And will Sheldon grow any bigger? Yes, they. Unfortunately, Sheldon is expected to be 5 to 8 inches, but Sheldon is not my first yellow-bellied turtle. He's actually my third one.
Yeah, Ross, bring ice cream.
And my other 2 turtles before Sheldon were actually bigger than him at this point in stage of their life. So I think Sheldon's gonna be more 5 inches. So
hopefully, that way he'll fit in his tank better.
About the size of my hand, I think that's how big Sheldon's gonna be full.
About her hand, yeah.
Yeah.
So Ross is walking up the hill. It takes a minute. Down by the pond.
A minute and 30 seconds. I timed myself.
Down by the pond is really nice. On the front porch, you get a nice breeze in the shade, but there's no internet. So Ross is parked down there, but he has to put his phone on a tripod on top of the roof of his travel trailer to get internet. Where Dan and we just parked Dan's normal spots up on the hill, as you might already know, and we just kind of parked a little bit ways from him up on the hill, and basically, able to get internet up here. I guess no time better than since you asked the question. I was thinking, since we are going to be heading to Descend on Bend, and we ordered 500 of these stickers that we have now, and I'd say we're down to about...
You said after the show.
Oh, okay. You don't want to be on live? All right, well, but
that's a long walk.
That's a long walk. But basically, I've been thinking we have maybe about 60, 70 of the 500 stickers left of our original 500 stickers that we purchased, and I'm wondering if we should order new stickers, the same stickers we have, or if we should make a sticker with Sheldon on it, like walking on the beach with we'll take you with us as like a little theme, or something like that, and have a new sticker.
Because our sticker now is our placards on the side of the van, for
right.
Those of you who don't know. And
you can order those. We'll ship you 1 or 2 of those in the mail if you'd like, but or if you meet us, we'll be happy to give you one. But we have probably about 50 to 75, but I'm thinking we should make a new turtle sticker and have it with a theme, like I said, we'll take you with us, or that kind of the little thing that we jingle that we say at the end of every...
Traveling turtle is more interesting than traveling couple.
Right. Unfortunately. So we were thinking about making a new sticker. So if you're kind of interested in that, I'd almost like you to send me like an email just saying I'm interested. So if I get some positive feedback, then it'll push me to order stickers, is kind of what I'm telling you. I need the positive reinforcement to spend the $100 on stickers, because that's about what it'll cost, about $150 to order 500 stickers. And so for us to do that, and we give away more stickers than we sell, so I mean, of the 500 stickers,
just happen to be a very good business card.
It is. It's kind of like a business card, like you said, and we just kind of hand them out pretty freely. So I'm getting a lot of turtle stickers.
Yes, I think that would be pretty cute. Swimming in the pond.
Sure, go for it. So I think, like I said, if you're interested, give me I think the turtle would be better on vanlifesheldonstravels@gmail.com, and let me know what you think,
Even on here, post your opinion on here. We got a lot of people already saying turtle. turtle
So
stickers,
yeah,
it's
somebody
already
said
said
2,
turtle.
3, 4 turtle different stickers. So
Good
you're
job.
right. I mean, why should we limit ourselves to one sticker? So, and we have been approached with someone to do merch and stuff. So, with Sheldon and a camper on the back would be cool. Yeah,
That would be cool.
that
And
would
it's
be.
just kind of hard because there is
I don't know how to draw.
there is like a design that's out there of that, so
And it's copyrighted.
It is copyrighted.
So we'd have to make something different. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Sheldon's the name of the channel, so he should be on the sticker. But he is on this sticker.
Like a sticker with him, his cute little face, and then him in the sand where he's got his trail behind him, and his trail consists of his 2 little legs and his little tail.
So you see his footprints coming behind him.
Yeah.
And we have on the top of it, we'll take you with us, or something like that. And Van Life, come along with us, or something like that. Van Life Sheldon's Travels. And him walking on the sand, like footprints in the sand. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about doing. But we haven't ordered any. I guess now would be a good time, since we're here at Dan's, to do something like that, right? Doreen, good. A cute little van with Sheldon.
Wrapping the van. Like
We have talked about wrapping this van like a turtle, but that's kind of expensive. It would be kind of cute to have the turtle shell on the back, and his little feet where the tires are, and his little head on the hood. Yeah, that would be kind of cute, but it costs money, guys. Costs a lot of money to wrap your vehicle. So,
and then there goes the stealth.
There goes the stealth altogether. He ate a tadpole. He sure did eat. He ate more than one tadpole.
He ate a lot.
I agree, Lee and Cindy. There goes the stealth. Once you do that, the stealth is out the window. So, Sheldon stickers. All right. I'm with you, Tracy. I'm thinking it too. And I'll just probably have to buy some of our stickers that we have now, to have those also to use. So the sticker endeavor is going to be about a $300 endeavor, I guess.
No, it should be about $100.
No, we'll need to buy both.
500. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to buy both, because we'll have to get some of the regular stickers too, to hand out. Well, about 50. It's about all we got left. I counted the other day when I cleaned that out. I was like, oh wow.
150 should be good. I think 300 is a little dramatic.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we'll have to order some more. We'll have to order some more stickers, and then you got to carry them around. So, all right. Well, we'll have to see what we can do, guys. Let's see. Well, we still have almost 50 people on here.
Awesome. Thanks for spending your day with us.
It is hard. You do have to attract viewers, but you still want to be stealth, and that it is that fine line of, you want people to see your van and be like, oh cool, what is that?
That's
and
why
look
we
at
like
it.
the placards, because if you're walking down the street, you kind of see Van Life Sheldon's Travels, and a lot of people take a picture with their phone and check it out later. And that's how.
Or they see the door open and they're like, whoa. That's how we get a lot of subscribers.
But
is
the
they
thing
see
is,
the
it's
van.
like, if you're kind of like 50 yards or more, it's kind of hard to see the placard.
Right, but if the whole van was wrapped like a turtle, you would be like, what is that? You'd walk closer to check it out. Exactly. But once people look in the back of the van, they're like, oh wow, and they instantly, pretty much, I give them a sticker, they're like, oh, the next thing you know, they're commenting on the channel and stuff. So seeing the van in real life actually is a really good promotion tool, I think, in a lot of ways. But when you're trying to be discreet in the middle of Los Angeles or San Francisco or New York City or Boston, it sure is nice to be able to pull those placards off and hide in a parking lot somewhere in the middle of the night. So it does have its pros and cons, you know, both. And at what point do you just, I think we're almost to that level where we're not ashamed that we live in this van anymore. I mean, we don't feel like we're doing anything wrong living in this van anymore. We thought that way for a long time.
Well, it's
And
easy to say that on the West Coast. Go to the East Coast and say that.
oh, that's true.
I mean,
That
the
is
East
true.
Coast, we did boondock, but I mean, we kind of got out easy because we were going to school, so we only had 2 weeks, so we were kind of jetting
And going
back.
through, yeah.
When you're lingering in the same kind of town, that's when it's really complicated.
I agree, baby. I
So
agree.
we've just been lucky
We've
enough.
been lucky to be over here on the West Coast, you know. And hopefully we're building a big enough infrastructure that when we head to the East Coast, we'll have some people we can relax at their place for a couple of days as a stopping over point, you know. So it's always nice. It is. So we encourage that kind of stuff. Well, we are at 1 hour, guys. And to keep the live stream so people will watch it, basically, I like to try to keep it right at about an hour. So I think we're going to get off of the live stream right now and go hang out with Ross and Dan and enjoy the rest of our evening. But
thank you guys so much for coming on here and
we
spending
appreciate
your Saturday with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. New video out tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow we'll have a new video out, but it's going to be us heading into Sacramento, California, leaving Michael's place and exploring the downtown. So say goodbye, Sheldon. Wave. Wave.
It's like, I can see through the phone.
I can see all you people. Well, if you want to do pre-orders, just contact me at Van Life Sheldon's Travels, or let me know on PayPal that you would like one of the other stickers, and I'll get a pre-orders going. But thanks to everyone. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching. This dream couldn't be possible without you. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
There's more content on Patreon if that's what you're into.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, Shelly.
Say bye.
Say bye, Sheldon.